Hey folks, Jim Jacobus. Welcome back to week 7 of how to create winning sales plan in 2010. This week we're going to talk about training our employees. And let's say that you've been listening. You go, okay, Jim, I want to invest in my employees, but I don't even know where to start. All right, well, first thing is, I'll tell you that's a great place to start. The last thing I want a client to do is to come to me and go, we need this kind of training or we need that kind of training. Right? Reality is we need to do some sort of assessment. We need to do a needs analysis. I had a client come to me not too long ago and said, Jim, our margins are down, volumes are down, a lot of our key products are not being sold. Clients are really kind of stepping on us right now. We need some negotiation skills training. And I said, well, again, I understand it sounds like a natural byproduct, but what if we looked around a little bit and before we decided to invest in that training? Folks, I'm going to tell you what we found out was they didn't need any negotiating training. They didn't need that at all. They needed two things. First thing is they didn't have any idea what their value proposition was. In other words, they didn't understand issue, action, impact. What's the problem? What do we do about it? Why should they care? They particularly didn't understand the why should they care part. They had some products with great leverage and they were regularly giving it away when the reality is they could have been charging a premium for it. Second problem they had was they had no idea what it meant to create what we call level 5 and level 6 relationships. Those real high value, high leverage relationships were considered trusted advisors. They had no idea what to do. They'd become order takers. When everything was really good, they'd learn to just kind of run the route and deal with the clients who didn't give them a hard time, and they gave a lot of concessions and a lot of margin away simply because they were doing business the easy way. They didn't need any negotiating training. They weren't negotiating in the first place. What they needed was learn how to build high value relationships, and they needed to understand what their value proposition was. So as we begin to look at what kind of training needs do we have, we need to do some kinds of a needs analysis along the lines of who do they need to become, what do they need to do in order to have success. So here's the bottom line. I want you to think about this week, what is it my sales force really, really, really needs? One of the best ways to do that, ask some of your top performers. Put together a little survey and ask them what kind of skill sets do they need to compete in the marketplace in the categories of who they need to become and what they need to do. Again, my name is Jim Jacobus. Thanks for joining us. You can learn more about us at www.ratedrforresults.com. This has been week 7 of how to create winning sales plans for 2010. We'll see you next week.